Welcome back to this channel. My name is Brian Seppi. I am back. Now on this channel I have done a few things in the way of starting and stopping and creating on this channel. I have documented things like my running. I have posted a few things when it comes to content around teaching, which is what I do for a living. But I think that creative act is really important. I have recently updated some of my gear. Hopefully my audio quality is sounding a ton better. My video quality is certainly upgraded. And I feel like I'm ready to practice a little bit more of that creative energy. Now, having said that, if you've watched a practice or you've even watched some of my videos, whether it was running or baseball practice, the practice of things can be a little bit bumpy at times. It doesn't always go the way that it's supposed to go on game day. That's why it's practice. And it's important to have a practice, especially around creativity. So recently I read and finished this book right here by Seth Godin, which is The Practice, the idea of shipping creative work. I highly recommend this book or any of his works. You talk about somebody who lives and breathes shipping creative work, it is Seth Godin. But one of the things that really stuck out to me and resonated with me in this book is in his chapter 87. And he asked the question, where is your hour? And I thought about this and I said, it's interesting. Last year, I did not gain any more hours in the day. Neither did you. So where is your hour? Where is your hour spent on your practice? So one thing that I did do last year was I spent an hour practicing running. I ran one marathon, but I practiced for 1,250 miles. And that 1,250 miles equates to around 12,500 minutes at roughly 10 minutes per mile, which then translates to 208 hours across the year. Now, I didn't gain any more hours in a day, and I yet was able to find 208 hours to practice some craft. I did put in a full marathon or an event, so you could say this game day event, if you will, but that was a small number of hours, relatively speaking. That was roughly 4.5 hours of those 208 hours put in total. So when you think about it that way, you have to ask yourself the question, when it comes to creative work, what is getting in the way? And for me, it's just a matter of starting, right? It's just a matter of sitting down in front of this camera, talking to nobody watching this video, and just finding out a little bit more about myself, the type of content that I want to create, which honestly, at this point, is the type of content I want to create for somebody like me. It's about putting in the creative act. It's also about being generous with the thoughts that I have and believing that I have something creative to ship. So once all that is in play and I'm feeling pretty good about what it is I'm going to do, you've got to sit down and do the work. Just as for me, sitting down, or actually in this case, putting on the shoes and getting out there and running for 208 hours across 1 year, that meant that I was putting in the time and practice for that. Now it's a matter of putting in the practice for shipping creative work. So this YouTube channel or the content that I do create here will be around shipping creative work. So it's about sitting down in front of the camera and shipping that creative work. It takes practice, the hours and hours of practice to actually ship that creative work. I just finished Roberto Blake's video, which I will link right here, and I'll also put a link in the description, about getting started with a YouTube channel. And the one thing that he actually said in this video was, getting started is going to take you around 100 videos. Show me that hour, which is exactly what Seth Godin talks about in that particular chapter, chapter 87. Show me where you spent that hour on practice. And that's what I'm trying to do. So Roberto Blake says you've got to create at least 100 videos before you even begin to think about where this channel is going. So that's what I'm committed to. Now, the cool thing for all of you is that you're going to get to watch that practice play out live if you want to. Come back, subscribe, see if these videos get better. I'm committed to the practice and just going to explore, just as I did when I ran that marathon and I documented every day up to the marathon itself. Those videos got better over time because of the practice itself. And that's what I'm committed to when it comes to this channel. So I am on a mission to create 100 videos from this video right here all the way to number 100, just to see where my progress takes me, to see where this practice takes me. So what is it that you are practicing? Leave me a comment and like this video if it resonates and lands with you or you're finding some value. But let me know, the question that I have for you right now is, what is the practice that you are committing to this year? What are you trying to get a little bit better at and work your way through? Understanding that practice takes time, it takes commitment, and it takes you showing up and explaining where that hour is spent. I hope this video helps. Thanks for being here. If you like what you hear, please go ahead and like this video and subscribe to the channel. Thanks.